Hello friends, in a chapter current electricity, we study the device meter bridge which is based on the Wheatstone's balancing condition R1 by R2 equals to R3 by R4. Today we study one more device, that is a potentiometer. See the word potentiometer. Meter, M-E-T-E-R, meter. Meter is a measuring device. Its meaning is a measuring device. And potentio means it is related to the potential difference. Here the potentiometer is a device which measures potential difference. It measures the EMF of the cell, then the internal resistance of the cell. Potentiometer is a device which measures potential difference, EMF, and the internal resistance of the cell. It also compares the EMF of the cells. The meaning of EMF is a electromotive force. Okay. In 11th standard, we see one formula of the EMF, that is EMF of the cell is given by EMF of the cell is given by capital R in bracket capital R plus small r. Here what is the small r? Small r is my internal resistance of the cell, and this internal resistance of the cell depends on the normality of the solution, distance between the two electrodes. On these two factors, the internal resistance of the cell depends. Capital R is my external resistance, that is the resistance from resistance box. I is my electric current, and capital E is my EMF, that is an electromotive force. EMF and potential difference both are different, and potential difference is given by formula V equals to IR. Means if value of internal resistance is 0, then EMF and potential difference both are remains the same. Okay. Now the EMF is given by E equals to capital I in bracket capital R plus small r, and the current flowing through the cell is given by E divided by capital R plus small r. Now today we have to see what is the principle of potentiometer, what are the uses of potentiometer, how the potentiometer works, or the advantages of potentiometer, applications of potentiometer, all the part we study in a one lecture. This is a very simple and easy device, potentiometer. Now first we see the principle of potentiometer. Principle of potentiometer is very simple. Its meaning is very simple. V by L, that is a potential difference per unit length, is always equals to constant, provided that current flowing through the wire, cross section area of wire, and the temperature of wire, all the factors are same or constant. Simple. Potential difference per unit length is always equals to constant if current flowing through wire, cross section area of wire, temperature of wire are kept constant. Or this V by L, that is a potential difference per unit length, this V by L is also called as a potential gradient, and its symbol is also K. Potential gradient is constant if current flowing through wire, cross section area of wire, temperature of wire kept constant or are constant, then potential gradient is same or potential gradient is constant along the wire. Now first we explain how it will be. Let this is my one thin uniform wire. AB is my wire. Now on this wire, just we are drawing, let 4 points. These are the P, Q, R, S. These are my 4 points. Now point P is situated at a distance L1, Q is situated at distance L, this is L3, S is L4, and B is at a distance L. Okay. Now all the points P, Q, R, S, D, all the points are in series combination. Therefore, current flowing through every point is constant because all the points are constant. Because all the points are on the same wire, these are my points. Thickness of wire, cross-section area of wire at these points is also a constant. Therefore, thickness is constant, cross-section area is a constant, wire is made up of same material, temperature is constant, and the current flowing through all the points is constant. Therefore, we say all the points are in a series combination. Now, potential difference between the points AP equals to simple formula current multiplied by resistance between the point AP. Also, potential difference AP equals to current multiplied by resistance AP. Potential difference AR equals to current multiplied by resistance AR. Potential difference between the points AS equals to current multiplied by resistance of the wire AS. Potential difference AB equals to current multiplied by resistance AB. Now, current as it is. But what is the formula for resistance? Resistance is given by R equals to rho L divided by A. So I am substituting rho L. This length is L1 divided by A equals to current rho AQ. A to Q. The length is L2 divided by A. Current specific resistance L3 divided by A. Current rho up to AS L4 divided by A. I rho capital L divided by A. Now observe this. Current through all the points is same. Specific resistance is same because wire is made up of same material. Area is also same. If I rho A, all the things are constant, then it will be very simple. VAT is proportional to L1, VAQ is proportional to L2, VAR is proportional to A3, VAS is proportional to L4, VAB is proportional to L. Means potential difference at any two points is directly proportional to the length or distance between that two points. Or this V by L1 equals to constant because these terms are constant. V by L2 is a constant, or simply for the potential per unit length is a constant. Okay, this is simply the principle of potentiometer. Just pause the video and see what is the explanation mathematically. Now come to the statement. That is a for the potential per unit length is a constant. That is a V by L equals to constant. This V by L is called as a potential gradient. V is given by IR, this divided by L, and I is given by capital R plus small r capital R divided by L. This is a formula for potential gradient. For JEE, need so many number of examples which are based on this formula. Potential gradient, how you calculate the potential gradient, or value of potential gradient is given and internal resistance is asked, or EMF of the cell is asked, or current flowing through the that cell or wire is asked in this way. So remember the formula, potential gradient equals to constant, or V is proportional to L. Potential difference between any two points is directly proportional to the length between the two points if or provided temperature, current and cross-section area of the wire are kept constant. This is the simple principle of potentiometer. Now we have to see the uses of potentiometer. The first use is very simple. Potentiometer is used to measure EMF of the cell. EMF of the cell. There are number of cells. In chemistry, we study the Lagrange cell, Daniell cell, dry cell, and any cell. We have to measure the EMF of any cell. Okay, just see the potentiometer. Now, potentiometer is simple. It is a one wooden platform. On the wooden platform, a thin uniform conducting wire is stretched on the wooden platform. This is my first point. A is my one point, and this is my B is my another point. There is a length of potentiometer is wire is much long as compared to meter bridge. In a meter bridge, the length of the wire is exactly 1 meter. Here the length of potentiometer wire is about 4 meter. When we use the potentiometer actually in practical, there are the 1 meter segments are there. There are the 4 segments, but not the segments. They are joined here. Okay. Therefore, there is a one thin uniform long, that is about long means how much? About a 4 meter long wire is there. This wire is stretched between the 2 points A and B, and the scale is fixed below that, and the jockey it will be slide on the wire AB, and it detects the null point or the zero deflection point. So I am drawing your first one simple potentiometer here, or I will draw to this side. To draw potentiometer, it is very simple. We have to draw the 4 parallel lines. Instead of that, we have used the ruled lines on the notebook. This point is the A and this point is the B. This distance is very short and length is much large. This is the wire AB, okay, which is fixed and stretched on the wooden platform. A battery of EMF E, then K, and the variable resistance, that is the rheostat, are connected in series between the points A and B. Now, a cell whose EMFs are measured or whose EMFs are compared, that cells are connected. Okay, these are also connected. Positive terminal of both the cells are connected to a fixed point A. Negative points are connected to negative terminals are connected to galvanometer through the keys K1 and K2. Okay, and another terminal of galvanometer is connected to jockey, which measures zero deflection point or the null deflection point. Okay. Now remember that EMF of two cells E1 and E2 is less as compared to the EMF of the source, EMF of the battery. When this key is closed, then current flows through the circuit, and current is always flow from positive. So the current flow in this way. Okay. Here from also the current flows. When the K1 is closed, here the K1 is closed and K2 is open. At a time we operate one cell. When K1 is closed, K and K1 is closed, then what happens? Then current is flowing through the first cell. Then here the galvanometer, without touching the jockey, galvanometer shows some deflection. Now we start to slide the jockey from the point A. As it move up to this, it will be completes the 100 centimeter. The galvanometer shows no zero deflection. We can slide the jockey till the galvanometer shows zero deflection. Let me say that at the length L1 it shows the zero deflection. Then my equation becomes EMF equals to, that is the EMF of the first cell equals to K multiplied by L1. Then what is my K? K is my potential correlate length. It is my potential gradient. Okay. Now, when K and K2 both are closed, means this is closed and K1 open, then current flowing through the second cell, and slide is jockey till the galvanometer shows zero deflection. At that time, EMF equals to K into L2. Now, from equation 1 and 2, take the ratio. So we are getting E1 by E2 equals to KL1 divided by KL2. Then KK get cancelled, and we are getting simply E1 by E2 equals to L1 by L2. And here we can compare the EMF of the two cells, okay, by measuring the balancing lengths or zero deflection lengths or null deflection lengths. In numericals, E1, E2 and one length is given, another length is asked. Any three quantities are given and one quantity is asked. It is a very simplest method, when here the cells are connected individually, because we can measure the balancing length of a one cell at a one time, okay. Therefore, sometimes it is called cells are connected individually. There is a one more method where the two cells are connected at the same time. Means, for example, just we see here. Now the second part, same circuit diagram is there, same explanation is there. Now check. Here the two cells are connected in this way. Negative terminal of the first cell is connected to the positive terminal of the another cell. Negative terminal of first cell is connected to positive terminal of the another cell. At that time, when the two cells are in assist, here EMF is added, it becomes a E1 plus E2. Here total EMF increases. Therefore, this combination is also called as a sum combination, or it is a sum method. If the cells are connected in this way, negative terminals are connected together of both the cells, then the negative opposes. So the cells are in opposed. At that time, the net EMF decreases. This method is called as the difference method. When the cells are in some method, we are getting a one balancing length L1. When cells are in opposed, we are getting the second null point, that is a L2. Now, if I make the ratio, then the ratio becomes in this way: E1 by E2 equals to, not E1 by 2, it becomes a E1 plus E2 upon E1 minus E2 equals to L1 by L2. Then use compare and divide into method. Then my formula becomes E1 by E2 equals to L1 plus L2 divided by L1 minus L2. This is the formula when cells are connected in sum and difference method. Okay, and the previous formula is E1 by E2 equals to L1 by L2 when cells are connected individually. Okay, these are my two formulas when cells are connected separately and when the cells are connected combinedly, that is when the cells are connected in a sum and difference method. Then the second is formula is like this. Now see the next use of potentiometer, that is to measure the internal resistance of the cell. Internal resistance, its meaning is very simple, that is the resistance offered by the solution. Okay, when from the cathode and anode, and when deep in the solution, then cations and anions are transferred towards the anode and cathode respectively. At that time, there is some opposition is produced by that solution, that is the internal resistance. Okay, so the second is what? to measure the internal resistance of cell, and its symbol is R. The value of internal resistance is depends on the normality of solution, distance between the two electrodes. Again, the circuit diagram is very simple. This is my potentiometer. These are my 2 points, A and B. This is rheostat, key K, battery E, whose EMF actually in practice whose EMF is about 6 volt. Then here the two terminals are when the arrangement is shown in this way. This is internal resistance and this is the EMF of the cell whose internal resistance is to be measured. And here there is a key, it's a K1 and resistance box. And here again the job. Now the same diagram, this part is you can say it is very simple. Now see how it works. That is very important. In the first part, this K is closed and K1 is open. Then what happens? Okay. Key K is closed means current is flowing. Now the current is flowing. This current reaches up to this part. Then this current starts to flow from this cell, from this internal resistance, and the galvanometer shows some deflection. We can slide the jockey till the galvanometer shows zero deflection. But there is no any external resistance. Okay? Because of what? K1 is my open, so no current flows. At that time, the null point is obtained at a particular length L1 and it corresponds to the EMF of the cell, and therefore we have to write EMF is directly proportional to the L1. This is my first equation. There is no any resistance. Now in the second part, K and K1 are closed. When both are closed, then what happens? Now here remove one suitable resistance from resistance box, means some resistance is added in the circuit. Now the current is starts to flow. The current is flowing also from this part. The current is flowing. There is some opposition which is offered by this resistance. At that time, it produces a potential difference because some resistance is considered in the circuit. The resistance from resistance box is added in the circuit. At that time, the null point is obtained at the length L2 and gives the potential difference V is proportional to L2. This is my second part. Now take the ratio of these two, that is E by V equals to, let the constant, it will be unity. So E by V equals to L1 by L2. Again, what is the E? Is nothing but capital I in bracket, capital R plus small r equals to IR equals to L1 by L2. Both are get cancelled and the remaining term is very simple, equals to L1 by L2. Taking separate the denominator, L1 by L2, then 1 plus small r by R equals to L1 by L2, then small r by capital R equals to L1 by L2 minus 1. Then we are getting a simple formula, small r equals to capital R in bracket L1 minus L2 upon L2. Okay, this is the formula for internal resistance of the cell. Okay, this is the second use of the potentiometer. Now the third use of potentiometer. Now the remaining uses are very simple. The third use of potentiometer is it is used as a potential divider. Suppose it is used as a potential divider. How it used as a potential divider, that we have to see. This is the one cell of EMF. This is my point A. This is my point B. This is my simple wire. Here the potential divider is connected. Okay. One terminal of potential divider is fixed to A, and other terminal is moved from A to B. Suppose now this is at the point P. The length is less, so resistance is less. And remember that V equals to IR. Current flowing to AB is the same, so this term is a constant. Okay. Then R is proportional to what? R is proportional to L. Now A to P, length is less, so resistance is less, potential difference is less. Now as it reaches up to the next point, it will be reached up to the point Q. Then what happens? Length increases, means resistance increases, potential difference increases. So as another terminal of potential divider is moved from A to B, length increases, as a result resistance increases, as a result potential changes. Potential divider means it vary the potential, it changes the potential by sliding the key of the divider on the wire AB. By sliding the key of the wire, by sliding the key on the wire of the divider. In this way, we can vary the potential, change the potential. This is the use of potential divider. Then the next use of potentiometer is a audio controller. How it controls the audio? By increasing the potential, it controls the frequency attenuation, loudness control, and the different characteristics of audio signals, that is a timbre, pitch. These are the different characteristics are controlled by this audio controller. And the last use as a potentiometer as a sensor. When it can vary, when it can potential, it will be vary, then that variable signals are amplified, means its strength it will be increases and it will be used as a sensor. Now when you study the entire potentiometer, then it measures potential difference, but one thing is very important, that voltmeter is also measures potential difference, and potentiometer is also measures the potential difference. Then what is the difference between these two? Which one is superior? Okay, the superior device or most useful device is the potentiometer, because potentiometer measures potential difference, measures EMF, compares EMF, measures internal resistance of the cell. But voltmeter only measures potential difference. Okay. Then which one is most accurate? Potentiometer is most accurate than the voltmeter. Okay. Then which one is sensitive? This device is sensitive because there is a lot of arrangement, so it is the most sensitive. Potentiometer is sensitive than the voltmeter. But which one is a sturdy? Which one is a portable? Means which one is a easy to move? Voltmeter is very easy, very handy device. But this potentiometer is not a handy. It is not a portable. Okay, it requires more space, and voltmeter requires a very short space. So it is not a portable device. Then in potentiometer, we cannot get the direct readings because just formulas are produced. First to calculate some lengths, then substitute that values in the formula, then we are getting the value of internal resistance. But in voltmeter, the scale is calibrated, directly we can measure the value or analog or digital way. So potentiometer never gives the direct readings. Okay, this is all about the potentiometer. Where which part we require once again, just revise that part, read from the textbook, okay, and write down the uses. Now we stop here today.